A. Let me find Final Fantasy. Normally, save a little setup time. But in this particular case, I've never seen the Shadowbringers trailer, or at least I don't remember ever seeing it. So, like, I thought we'd hang out here instead of my usual title screen. Let's see. Message to everybody, let them know I'd be live. The mic's working. The music's playing. Yeah, here we go. I was there. The world's shortest war. But to be fair, it was like a little mini war.
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm.
Neat.
The one they called.
I genuinely have no idea what's going on in this expansion. Did he become an archer? I assume Dark Knight is like the class of this expansion, right? Okay. Do I have a little bunny rat Yoda that, like, tells me I'm worthless? Ooh, Shadowbringers time? It's very, very close. This is the first time I've seen this trailer, I think.
What sayest thou, Master Matoya? We may accept this fate or defy it, but we cannot deny it.
I'm not wont to run from my troubles.
Woo. He's running out of job stones.
Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
That looked like the castle from Final Fantasy IX. Is that Garnet?
This town certainly has changed. We've got a toll for
I think I've seen that mount. That's a special mount reward for being a tank, right?
I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, Infinia.
Like, the voices are really quiet, but I'm pretty sure he said Minfilia. Mishtola was referenced as Matoya. Oh, was that the bunny girl drop? Is this when they introduced bunnies? And the Crystal Tower. I wonder if we go back here.
This tragedy, greater even than the seventh umbral calamity, must be undone.
The Crystal Man from our dreams.
If history must be unwritten, let it be unwritten. Become what you must. Become warrior of darkness.
Does becoming the Warrior of Darkness come with that sweet, like, heavy metal? Well, it's not heavy metal. Classic rock guitar riff. Hi, Thanatos Arya. How are you? Is it Shadowbringers time? It is almost Shadowbringers time. 10 out of 10, incredible trailer. It was a lot better than Stormbringers. Stormblood? Stormblood. Can't have two S expansions right after each other. It's going to confuse me. Alright. Chug the orange juice. Doing good. How have I been? I've been good. Let me do a proper intro here. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we're playing Final Fantasy XIV. We beat Stormblood last week, and this week we're going to become Black Mages for the expansion Shadowbringers. Yeah, that's where we are. I got a little black kitty because it feels like a better Black Mage familiar. And I am a level 33 Thaumaturge, and it's time to do the second job quest. We're gonna fly through these. Your burgeoning power strains against the confines of your untried mortal shell. Another trial you must have. From this day forth, your tasks and challenges will be shaped by the teachings found within Thaumaturge, the Yawning Abyss, a tome penned by the renowned Thaumaturge Zozomaya. My brothers, who have not once tasted the bitter draught of defeat, will instruct you on the vital lessons to be gleaned from the 4 extensive chapters that comprise this exemplary work. Much shall you learn about the threats with which a practitioner of our art must contend. The first chapter, the threat of intimacy, falls within Kokobigo's purview. It is only fitting that one so averse to being approached should teach you the wisdom to be uncovered therein. Don't threaten me with a good time. Yes, old. I've been expecting you. Allow me to read to you the pertinent passages from the opening chapter of Zozomaya's Guide. The thread of intimacy. How magnificent. I almost called that magnificent. Magnificent, the potent power we wield. Roaring flames, piercing ice, and shocking bolts are matched not by fist or sword or spear. But the burly warrior waxes fearsome with every closing step. Fists shatter bone, blades slide through flesh, and spears puncture soft bellies. Know you this threat and stand you apart from such men. That last part makes me queasy, no matter how often I recite it. This lesson, however, should be obvious. Keep your distance from your foes. Apart from the agony of being hit, or stabbed, or worse, you'll have the devil of a time completing an incantation with an enemy flailing his weapons at your person. Thus, the wise Thaumaturge always strikes from afar. The farther, the better. Now let us proceed with your next trial. Take this dried fish and set it down in the vicinity of the silver bazaar. Next, simply draw back to a comfortable distance and wait for the vulture to swoop in to feed. That's when you ambush the creature with a nasty barrage of deadly spells. Once you've slain the scavenger, be sure to retrieve a generous slice of vulture meat, or fafafono. He doesn't mind us conducting trials so close to his shop as long as he's properly compensated. Yes, old, pay him in sorcery blasted bird flesh. Okay. Whew. Ada Kalis, hi. Happy Little Ladies Day. Alright, where is the Silver Bazaar? Oh. Out here. A new black mage on the horizon? Yeah. We're gonna be grim, dark black mages for the Shadowbringers expansion. I don't know how well it'll fit, but I'm excited to find out. I'm also wondering, should I dress in all black? Or should I go like the classic Final Fantasy black mage and wear blue with like a straw hat? Decently nice. We watched the trailer a second ago. It was awesome. Like, the trailer was way better than the Stormblood trailer. Or maybe it's because I've seen the Stormblood trailer, I don't know, 20 times in the past few months. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Most people go Dark Knight for Shadowbringers, yeah. Which is why I set myself apart by going slightly different. Like, my goal is to be appropriate for the expansion, but not the obvious choice. I'm retreating to a safe distance. Ah. This must be the safe distance. I was always going in as a healer of some kind. Those cues are a godsend. Yeah. I've been trying to level with social anxiety, though. Haven't found a great way to do it. Been running solo dungeons. We're almost to the point where I run Stone Vigil 800 times as a Thaumaturge. I'm hoping to get the Black Mage Stone today. You're done making use of my testing grounds, are you? Cough up the fee then. There's nothing so tender as a bit of meat pummeled with wanton wizardry. Nice doing business with you, Thaumaturge. Did you say Thaumaturge? Has this mage just completed his guild trial? Master Alchemist, what brings you out of the bazaar? Out to our bazaar this fine evening. This gentleman here just slew himself a plump vulture. You'd be surprised at how many of these scepter-wielding sorcerers end up sliced to ribbons by a beak and talon. It's not the sort of flesh I have a taste for, you understand? My brothers, not again. Huh? I might be biased, but if you ever get the chance, the Dark Quest line is so good. I have heard that. True, DPSQ can be rough. Oh, hell, I'm out. Yep. I've never really done the job quest line cutscenes. Just not into that. I don't know. For me, like, Final Fantasy is all about the story. Wait, this isn't Thanalan? I almost won the jackpot and the jumbo cackpot. I was one number off. It was the second number, so like I only got like that one. Hey, I know you. Hello. That's Ada. She's in the chat. But, where was I? I had some kind of point to make. It's been a rough week. I think it might have been about solo leveling. Wrong staircase. Is that a golden catfish? That's cute. I really think I like the Namazu. They might be my favorite beast tribe. Ah, welcome back, old. You seem to have done well. Both eyes intact, face appears unshredded. It is truly the most terrible feeling to have one's casting interrupted by heinous injury. One of the easier trials, if you ask me. Keep well away from the pointy, slashy, bashy things. If you want to reach the end of the arcane utterance, that's just common sense. Fortune favors the fighter who flings fire from afar. I simply love the look of loathing leveled at me by a distant duelist distressed by my deadly downpour. Cringe. We Thaumaturge excel at offense, but fail miserably at defense. Our most effective strategy is to topple our adversaries with overwhelming force before they've had a chance to respond. Honor is for knights and dead mages. Old, your studies appear to be progressing nicely. It won't be long before you dominate the battlefield as an avatar of sorcerous destruction. So it's true, Buki. Don't try to hide from me, Bigo, or you, Bonnie, or Bezzy, or Boha. Kokabusi, what are you doing here? Can't say that. You promised. You promised you would teach me next. Well, Yes, of course we did, but old here was most insistent. Once again, you brush me aside in the hope that I abandon my heart's desire. Why do you deny me? I hate you, all of you. Please, Bussy. Am I saying that wrong? Maybe is Boosie better? You shouldn't say such hurtful things. You know how delicate Bigo is. That was Kokobusi, our younger brother. He so dearly wishes to become a thaumaturge like the rest of us, but it simply isn't possible. The poor boy's aetheric levels are pitifully low. We thought we had convinced him to accept fate's cruel quirks when he entered the Alchemist Guild, but he yet yearns to walk the path of the thaumaturgy. Such is Kokobusi's determination, as he spends all his waking moments experimenting with alchemical concoctions, seeking a method by which he can expand his capacity for arcane manipulation. Well, this is obviously not your concern. Back to the abyss with you, young thaumaturge, and I mean that in the most encouraging manner possible. Does that cover my pants? Oh, never mind. That's a good look. How did... Alright. Cool. Next quest. Bussy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yes, old, yes! The aura of power surrounding you is palpable. The glare begins to blind my thaumaturge's eye. Your lesson today shall be taught by Kokobani. Go to him and hear the chapter entitled The Threat of Paucity. I'm unfamiliar with that word. I don't think I've ever heard that. Ah, so old, you come to learn at the foot of the third eldest brother, have you? I promise you, however, your education shall not be third rate. Let us read from the second chapter, shall we? Are you settled? No last-minute trips to the privy? Very well. A threat of paucity. Ah, how magnificently the ruthless power we wield. Flame devours, ice entombs, and lightning courses through the stricken bodies of our foes. But, oh, such desperation when the wellspring runs dry. Flames sputter out, ice melts into slush, and lightning sparks no longer. Know you this threat, and mind you the limits of your mortal vessel. Terrifying thought, isn't it? A thaumaturge who has exhausted his arcane reserves is not but a man with a stick and a funny hat. We mages, you may as well equate the etheric energy flowing through our veins as our very lifeblood. Should a battle find us lacking in this precious resource, we are as good as dead. Controlling the expenditure of your power requires an understanding of etheric balance, and the scales can tip in one of two directions, astrally or umbrally. When your mind and spirit lean into the umbral direction, your thaumaturgy is affected by a state known as umbral ice. Potency of your spells is diminished, but they also require less energy to invoke. On the other hand, the thaumaturge in the astral fire state will find the potency of his incantations enhanced, but at greater cost to his etheric stamina. Now, the concepts of etheric balances and efficient casting are foremost in your mind. I bid you go forth and slay 8 Fs. Pray do your best to stay alive. It reflects badly on me when a mauled corpse of one of my pupils is returned to the ossuary. Is that your black mage get up? You've got like a furry paintbrush wand? Or is this... You are... Oh, is this, what? The painter class. What is it called? Pictomancer. That's actually what I'm looking forward to playing Dawn Trail as. It's probably the class I'm most excited for in the whole game. There's something just inherently delightfully goofy about, I don't know, Nickelodeon sliming your enemies. I imagine that's what it feels like. I see. Concert's starting. I see many people with real human names dressed for the concert. Morning, old man Sugarheart. How goes the leveling? It goes pretty good. Level 33 Thaumaturge. Which is, you know, mildly ridiculous. Alright, where are the F's? Way out there. But I'm hoping to get to level 30 in 2 hours. I don't know if that's possible. But it'd be really nice not to be running Stone Vigil as a Thaumaturge. Get effed. You want some too? You mean 50? You said 30? Yeah. Well, I'm level 30. No. I was in an astral state, not an umbral state. You don't want to be in ast when you're getting effed. Someone target me? No. Anybody else? Oh, I see you there. We good? All right, back to the guild. Where? I don't have the waypoint, like some kind of doofus. I just like running through the town, especially on holidays. For anyone curious, it's Little Ladies' Day. There are concerts going on. You can see there are flowers and sakura blossoms. You know, like the desert is known for. Aha, you arrive before me, upright and breathing. Wonderful. It is so much simpler to pose questions to a student without having to resort to necromantic divination. Tell me, old, what action would you take if you found your thaumaturgical endurance exhausted in the midst of battle? Please. Oh, most practical indeed. A discreet withdrawal to await the replenishment of your energies is a sound strategy. But there should be nowhere left to run. A vial of ether, should there be nowhere left to run, a vial of ether can be your stoutest ally. Ah, ether, the drought of the gods. We thaumaturges, indeed, any who practice the arts of arcane manipulation, value this substance above all others. Thus, it was with unbridled fury that we received the most recent report of beastman activity. Seems the Almaja raiding party has attacked a caravan on a trade route and made off with an entire crate of precious ether. The time has come for you to put your new knowledge to the test. Annihilate these Almaja bandits and retrieve the cargo of ether-filled vials. According to the report, their armored transport was last spotted to the south of Drybone. Ah, and I believe Kokobuki has an additional request. While you are busy incinerating the Almaja, be sure to collect some samples of their blood, assuming you can draw any from their smoking remains. Bring back the blood. Like, in Drybone? Drybone? Yep, close to Drybone. But yeah, if I don't make Black Mage today, I'm going to continue power leveling off stream, which means I'm going to be running, or likely going to be running, Stone Vigil and things like it as a Black Mage, or a Thaumaturge. Did this Fate once. You have to do it again for the event quest now. It is nice to be level 30 for these guys, though. That was it? Kill 2 things? But if I know when you can come tank or heal, we can do leveling roulette and get you some EXP. That's the trouble, though. I don't know when I'm available. I'm on call this week, so like I've already been called in 2 nights, including last night. I am not in great shape. Do I detect a scent of ether? And I trust the stench is Almaja blood. Kinda hoping they'll call me in one more time tonight. If I get one more time, I could take a whole day off to make up for it. Oh, 10 vials? 20? 30? Sight of so much ether is just so very comforting. What have we here, Kokobani? Is this the crate that was stolen? I see Old's lessons have had the desired effect. I will assume the vile viscous liquid you have there is beastman blood. Gogobusi should be pleased. Gokobuki, you left word for me to visit the ossuary. Have you finally decided to begin my training in thaumaturgy? Ah, Kokobusi. Good of you to come. Old was kind enough here to obtain a supply of Almaja blood for you. An alchemist acquaintance of mine explained how you'd been using the substance in your research to create a mana amplifying elixir. Naturally, we're most interested in the results of such experiments. So you see, Bussy, your work as an alchemist already puts you in a position to work alongside us. You needn't become a Thaumaturge to be part of our family. That's right, Bussy. Besides, the battlefield is a dangerous place and our skills are not exactly suited to keeping others safe from harm. I see. This is but another attempt to dissuade me from pursuing my true calling. I do not want to cheer you on the side from the safety of my workbench. I want to fight at your side. Bussy, we cannot stand the thought of you being harmed. Please, pray, do not do anything foolish. I do apologize, brother. I sometimes forget how difficult it must be not having a natural aptitude for the arcane arts. As I mentioned before, old Gogobusi is dangerously unsuited to wielding Thaumaturge. Even with the proper training, he would be unable to cast magics as we can. Were he to attempt to force a manifestation of power, the strain on his etheric reserves would likely kill him. But let's not dwell on this unpleasant circumstance, for you, on the other hand, are brimming with thaumaturgic potential. Remain diligent in your studies and do not cease your efforts to expand your wellspring of power. Rough. Oh, I forgot. We can't use the blue mage trick since you aren't far enough in Shadowbringers to do it. Oh. Hubby is ready for bed, so you gotta roll. Good luck on leveling. Thank you. Have a good night. I can't wear none of this. Come old, the yawning abyss beckons once more. Today, Kokobizi will be instructing you from the chapter entitled The Threat of Superiority. Ah, you are come from your lesson, old. Then heed well my words. The threat of superiority. Ah, how magnificent the intimidating power we wield. Flames sear air. Ice frosts the ground, and lightning flashes with blinding incandescence. But not all are cowed by our elemental fury. Ignite not your flames, summon not your ice, and strike not with your lightning. Know ye this threat, and stay your hand against such foes. Once you cut away all the overblown imagery, the passage draws attention to an important tactic. A wise Thaumaturge does not engage against battle against opponents he cannot defeat. The fine example would be avoiding conflict with Uldah's multitude of furious merchants. These soulless, ravening creatures are afflicted with the madness of insatiable avarice. Do you perhaps recall the crate of ether you retrieved from the Almaja bandits? Well, a number of irate peddlers have arrived at the guild with gall to demand recompense for a few measly vials we emptied as our just reward. Alright, yes, we drank the entire bloody box, but the point is that the guild cannot presently afford to pay such a sum. Thus, I pass on you the secret of my last and most important defense. Shameless weeping. I'm not speaking a few tears here. I want you to stride right up to these tyrannical traitors and cry your eyes out. Okay. Hi, fellas. We gotta cry in here somewhere, right? Oh, boo, 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 boo. It's not that Oh dear, I'm not angry at you, you understand. It's those 5 ether-addled brothers I take issue with. You tell them the next time this happens, I'll have the price taken out of their unprincipled hides. Ah, boo, 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 boo. It's my crying. All right, son. I know you're the one who chased down those homage boots for us. I'll let it go this time, for your sake. Oh. Well, you needn't cry about a few vials of ether, lad. Tell you what, you dry your eyes for me and I'll take care of the loss out of me own purse. Is that easy? I need to try crying in public more. Next time I go to the grocery store and they're like $400, I'm gonna be like, woohoo. A masterful performance, Old. The sniffling was a nice touch. You will, however, encounter foes who are unmoved by such piteous wailings. Take this recent request, for instance, which I have nominated to serve as your next trial. A team of scholars has asked for a Thaumaturge to destroy a cursed relic they unearthed known as Mormo's Urn. While pottery is, by and large, immune to tears, it is Alacran thieves that subsequently stole that hit that concerned me. You can confirm it works. Crying at the grocers. I'll give it a shot. The Alacran are an organization of criminals, not known for their gentle or understanding dispositions. Rather than attempting to engage an entire gang of thugs, would suggest you neutralize the threat to your own person with a well-timed sleep spell. The Alacran have been seen traveling to the southeast of Drybones. Find them and destroy the urn they carry. I do have sleep, right? Sleep? Is that one of you? There you are. Adorable. I should probably, get used to sleeping things. At the same time, I think I'm gonna get in the habit of killing things first. He said Drybone, right? I used to work in a grocery store. I'd definitely be more willing to help you if you were crying. Too many people go like the angry route. Like, if you get angry at the grocery store, I'm no longer happy to help you. I want to see you die in a fire. Like, I'm just doing my job, sir. I can't make milk manifest. It's in a warehouse in frickin'... I can't dox myself that closely. Jacksonville, Mississippi. I'm here to locate the urn. The half joke, but you cried and made an officer feel bad about getting mad at you for filling out a form while in line at the DMV? I mean, for filling out a form while in line at the DMV. Oh wait, this is the opportunity to sleep. You go to sleep. And you get set on fire. Oh, I didn't know sleep was an AoE. It changes some of the things. Not all the things, but some of them. I'm not used to a crowd control AoE. There it is. I've earned it. Hold a moment, if you please. Pray allow me to shatter that urn. I thought that if I assisted you with your task, that my brother might finally be deigned to take me seriously, so I followed you. What we got here then? A couple of nosy sand rabbits that are about to get skinned. Dear gods, where'd they come from? Bloop. Oh, would you look at that? You're asleep. Hit him, Boozy. Oh, there's more? Are you injured? I have a salve for that. Nah, I'm good. Pussy, where are you going? Oh wait, why am I ice? There we go. Smooth. It's simply incredible, old. Wish I could wield the same sort of power. I became an alchemist in hopes of creating some manner of amplifying elixir, but all my efforts have been for naught. The results have been far too mild to make any difference. I'll never be a thaumaturge like my brothers at this rate. I'll forever be a pitiful, powerless little sibling. Mormo's urn. If I destroy it, then maybe my family will see what I'm capable of. Wait! Don't you dare break my urn! What the? That piece of pottery just talk? Are you Mormo, the Void Sin? Well, yes. I am Mormo, but I'm one of the nice Void Sent. It was the nasty ones who sealed me up here for helping a mortal. If you'd be so kind as to open the lid of my urn, I would be happy to grant you a wish. Anything you desire. Fortune, fame. Not really interested in fame or fortune, but perhaps there is one thing. I'd like to have the etheric power equal to that of my brothers. Power, is it? A perfectly acceptable wish. In fact, I sense the latent ability buried deep within your spirit. It would be a simple thing for me to turn it loose. What more is there to think about? Open the lid. Hit him with your stick, old. He's stupid. Oh, he did it. Well, I don't feel different at all. I think Mormo may have been lying. Hold, it's time we were leaving. Oh, weren't we supposed to break this urn? Yep. And that is that. Ah, yes, this will be such fun. I mean, it'll be nice to return home after all this excitement. Did your eyes change color? Were they always glowing red? I'll have to recheck the tape, but I'm pretty sure his eyes were maybe yellow? Yeah. So I tried Palace of the Dead for solo leveling. It was not as effective as I'd hoped. It could be fun, like a fun thing to do, but like for the purposes of leveling as quickly as possible, it's not a good one. Welcome back, old. I'm glad to see you making a habit out of not dying. Before we discuss your trial further, Necroka, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. We have crossed over into the Shadowbringers territory, and I am leveling a black mage because it's kind of a fitting job for it. I know, like, traditionally people go like, what is it? Dark Knight, Dark Warrior, something like that. But we wanted to subvert expectations a little bit. Nice, sounds like a lot of work. It kind of is. I've been power leveling off stream, so like on stream I can just do job quest after job quest. Before we discuss your trial further, however, I would like to ask about Kokobusi. When I saw him a few moments ago, he seemed odd. Well, odder than usual. Would you happen to know aught of it? Yeah, he joined me at my trial. Bussy was at your trial. He is an extraordinarily dangerous and foolish to interviewer with a Thaumaturge's training. I shall have to scold him most heartily. Gotta do the raid and run, though. It's 4:30 in the morning, and you work later today. Good luck. Good luck to you, too. Sorry you can't say. That's all right. You get rest if you can. Or if you're just going to work through it, good luck with that. Have a nice nap at work. Such unpleasantness aside, I'm impressed that you claim victory in spite of this unexpected development. The teachings of the Yawning Abyss have served you well. With your experience and control thus demonstrated, I believe you are ready to add a new spell to your repertoire. Scathe. This elementally neutral blast of force will prove effective against all manner of opponents. As I am sure you are eager to test this incantation's efficacy, I shall grant you leave to return to your training. I pity the next hostile creature that crosses your path. Okay. They all suck. Next one. I think we're at like the level 20 job quest, right? Yeah. Staghorn staff. I wonder if that's pretty. Old, you're safe. I feared you'd fallen victim to the Mage Slayer. Have you not heard of the recent spate of gruesome killings taking place in Ul'dah? Each case involves at least one dead Thaumaturge, and every corpse is found bloody, battered, and utterly drained of aetheric energy. Ill tidings aside, I'm glad to see you alive and glowing with vitality. It is time for you to delve into the final chapter of the Yawning Abyss. Kokoboha, our second youngest sibling, will read to you from the Thread of Perplexity. What up? Wah, greetings, old. Are you once more prepared to peruse the pages of Power and Peril? Then let us begin. The Thread of Perplexity. Ah, how magnificent the dotting power we wield. Flames pursue, ice transfixes, and lightning dances into the ranks of our enemies. But what terror descends when, from all sides, those ranks close? Flames are smothered, ice crushed, and lightning grounded. Know you this threat? And wear you the multitudinous foe. Is the point of this passage readily apparent? Would be most problematic, for example, should you meet this malefic Mage Slayer and he or she proves to be multiple murderers. What a Thaumaturge needs is a thick-set thrall or courageous companion to accompany him in cases where collective cronies are expected. Now, as for your trial, Kokoboha, pray allow me to suggest a practical course for Old's training. And town is buzzing with the news of yet more slaughtered Thaumaturges, their mutilated bodies found fouling the waters of Nafika's wells. I would have Old and aid me in hunting down the culprit while the trial is yet fresh. Old may have tolerated your interruption of his trial last time, Bussy, but you are hardly the hardy henchman he needs to clear such a hazardous hurdle. Your concerns are understandable, brother. If it would allay your fears, I can introduce Old to a valiant warrior who recently entered my employ. You've secured the services of a stalwart swordsman? Then that would indeed be in line with the learning of the lesson today. Perhaps. Come now, Old. Let's be about our business before Kokoboha has a change of heart. I'll be waiting for you in Nafika's wells. He seems nice. Was that Kokobusi? Where did he go? Western Thanalan. Did that Lalafell that was jumping past go like full starfish while jumping? If so, that's pretty cool. I've never been a Lalafell. Are you over here somewhere? Oop. Oh, Old, it is so good of you to come. My Rogadin friend here is the warrior I mentioned back at the ossuary. Now, there's no time to waste. Why don't you head into the stream and examine the bodies of the slain mages? I would go down with you, but with my delicate stomach, I fear I might contaminate the steam. Remember, you're looking for anything that might help us track down this killer. Whoever it could be. I mean, I suppose there's the possibility that it was a nice void scent. Thaumaturge corpse. It looks a lot like a stone. Oh wait, no, there you are. I see. Yes. Hey kids, you want to see a dead body? Where's the other one? Ah. Well, they all dead. It would be a lovely twist if, like, he just didn't try to kill us. Did you ever uncover anything incriminating? A bloody scepter, tome, a bracelet? The blood is yet slick to touch. The slaughter must have been recent indeed. The villain may yet lurk nearby. Return to the creek where the bodies lay. Oh, hey, thank you for the follow, Faye. I appreciate it. Return to the creek where the bodies lay and linger for a time. I dare say your aura, saturated as it is with enticing etheric energy, will lure the mage slayer into the open. Have courage, old. Our burly companion stands ready to leap to your aid. Hey there, muscly arm. Hi, hi, hi. Hi. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome in. We're just doing our Black Mage job quests. Ooh, we will be murdered. Or attempted, at least. Soul Sucker Imp. Oh, what does Scathe do? Is Scathe important? Who knows? Oh, I get it. Scathe is something you can cast while, like, running around. That's the big deal, right? Here. There's more of them now. We can start doing AoEs. What do you mean duty has failed? Offer myself as bait? Put the buggers to sleep. Oh. I wasn't paying attention to what was going on. My bad. Very wholesome VTuber. Well, thank you. I try. Although I have said the word boosie far too many times in this job quest. They're asleep. Don't attack them. Ugh. Put the big bugger to sleep. I tried. We good? Takes care of that. I'm off to collect me coin. Yar. Yay. Having to think about keeping somebody else alive was not something I kind of expected to do as a black mage, but it makes sense. It seems your partnership with our hired blade went splendidly. It is unfortunate, though, that one of the imps was able to flood her away. Oh? Did you not notice? You wouldn't wish to report to Kokoboha that your trial was half finished, would you? Of course not. I'm afraid, however, that the Rogadin has already collected his recompense and departed for the nearest ale house. What to do? What to do? Surely a thaumaturge of your caliber can handle a single imp, yes? If I'm not mistaken, it fled into the little cave over there. Hurry now, before it slips away into some hidden nook or cranny. Into the cranny. Wait, where did he go? This way. That is not Kokobusi. Well, it is Kokobusi, but a Kokobusi possessed by the void scent that escaped Mormo's urn, who is feeding on the etheric energy of all those slain thaumaturges. Yeah, obviously. Welcome to the party. And you, my dear mana-rich old, were to be the next. I have wanted to observe your delicious power since the moment we met. A pity. This has been such an amusing charade. How did you ever see through it? How could I not? It's time I destroyed you, Mormo, and put a stop to these sinister killings. As the eldest, I must take responsibility for my family's misadventures. A coward like you? Destroy me? Your opening strike should have pierced my heart, but instead you aimed for the knife. Fear stays your hand. A fear of slaying me will also slay your sibling. Poor spineless thaumaturge. I shall, however, leave you with a pleasant thought. It was Kokobusi's fervent wish to amass this power. He craved the arcane strength to stand beside his brothers as an equal. What a shame that he must now stand against you. Pains me to admit, but there is some truth to the creature's words. I've surrendered the perfect opportunity to end this. I've betrayed my own teachings. Return to the ossuary and report the completion of your trial, old. I'll remain here for a time and gather my thoughts. I'm going to speak that way to the intern at work the next time I see him. Next time he completes like an element of work, I'll say, report success of your trial to the others. I'll remain here and gather my thoughts, and then I'll just straight up take a nap. Feel like I've earned a nap at work for recent adventures. Hello. Old Kokabuki has advised me of your adventures. It seems that the Mage Slayer slithered away, but your stint with the Swordsman was nonetheless successful. Consider this chapter complete. Your time with our tome of teachings is at an end. Well, to be absolutely accurate, it is at an addendum with an additional advice, but Kokabuki considers it extracurricular. Even I dare not delve into those diabolical depths. I do not yet deign to die, you understand? Okay. I've yet to inform my brothers of Kokabusi's misfortune. I've yet to reconcile the maelstrom within my own mind. The most fundamental lessons of Thaumaturge demanded I slay the creature where it stood. It was the most opportune moment to strike. Minimal risk, and victory all but assured. How many more will suffer for my hesitation and my cowardice? It'll likely be some time. However, before Mormo resurfaces to kill again, know that now that we have uncovered the deception, the Void Scent will seek a new hunting ground where Kokabusi's face is unknown. And though the respite may be brief, I must devote this time to considering my next course of action. Pray, leave me to my musings, old. You know what? Give me some cotton dress shoes. Oop. What have you got for me? Those goatskin moccasins actually look much better. Ah, old, I saw you coming this time. I've been more watchful since Kokabuki told us about the dreadful business with Kokabusi. I must locate our unfortunate younger sibling as soon as possible and deal with him. But Kokabuki is not his usual unflappable self. It frightens me to see our eldest so indecisive. Terrifies me, in fact. Perhaps you might speak with him and help banish this air of uncertainty. Have you mused enough? Old, long have I agonized over Kokabusi's plight, and the measures I might take to extricate him from it. It would not do to call upon my Thaumaturge colleagues. No, they would simply seek to obliterate my brother outright. Our teachings from the yawning abyss allow for no other alternative. There is, however, one tiny glimmer of hope. I have had word that the scholars who requested the destruction of Mormo's urn have returned from their expedition. They're currently in Camp Drybone, blowing the ink dry on their collective findings regarding that wretched void scent. I would ask that you go to these expert otherworldly phenomena and beg permission to peruse their work. Okay. Shoot, where did he say that was? Gotta be Eastern Thanland then, I guess. According to my hunch. Oh. Good hunch. If you seek the definitive work on Mormo, then seek no further. I've penned an in-depth analysis of a most cunning ritual, a method contrived by the mages of Eld to annihilate the soul of this especially potent void scent. When it comes to draining such a creature of his etheric energies, one must... but I have not the time to stand here explaining the intricacies of shaping arcane pottery. Here, take my chapter and read it at your leisure. Anybody else? Looking for chapters on the Void Scent. Ah, there's one. So, you're interested in reading our Book of Mormo? Of course, it would be a pleasure to share our findings with a fellow student of the Void Scent. Here is the first chapter, mine own humble contribution to our research. It tells a tale of how we became aware of the creature's existence and delves into the nature of the urn that imprisoned her fell power. Oh, it's a lady Void Scent, is it? Alright. Where, oh where is chapter 3? None here. Maybe in here? I think there's a tavern snuck around the corner here. You're not a tavern. I remember popping in here for some reason or another. Come on, where's the secret fight club? I know it's around here. In there. Over here? Hey. We wish to learn more of Mormo right this instant, but we barely... How did you... Well, I suppose I could spare a copy of my writings. Already prepared several extra sets to share with potential publishers. I can well understand your curiosity. Mormo is truly fascinating, even among the oddities of the Void Scent. She is far too powerful to make use of it, the tiny holes that open between our realities, and thus must send across only her spirit to possess a corpse or some other suitable host. You'll find it all explained in the second chapter. The Book of Mormo. I get it. Alright. Back to the guild. Not the golden saucer. That's where my gambling addiction lives. Alright. Nope. Can't make it before the sprint runs out. And bam. Do you have the 3 chapters of the Book of Mormo? Yeah. The histories unearthed in the ruins of Sildade depict the suffering wrought by a singularly powerful Void Scent, the cunning and terrible seductress known as Mormo. With genius born of desperation, the mages of the now fallen city fashioned an urn that would drain and imprison the etheric vitality of any creature that laid a hand or claw upon it. Mormo, believing she was receiving a gift of appeasement from the beleaguered citizens, found her very essence drawn forth and trapped within the ensorcelled pot. Over the course of several centuries, the captive etheric energy was intended to weaken and dissipate, allowing any surviving descendants to safely shatter the urn and thus destroy Mormo's enervated spirit. The pot's lid was never to be opened again. To do so would release the ravenous Void Scent, freeing her soul to enslave the nearest mortal vessel. As possession of this nature is irreversible, the only mercy afforded such hosts would be a swift and decisive demise. This explains Mormo's fixation on Thaumaturgicide. Kokobusi's body provided a little arcane sustenance for the weakened void scent, forcing her to prey upon richer sources of aether to restore her hideous power. This morsel of information may prove most vital. In fact, it may be the only glimmer of hope our poor sibling has. Pray hand this work over to Kokobigo. I shall be along momentarily. This work devoted to studying such a nasty void scent, I should hope it provides some hint of salvation. It doesn't. Ah, Kokobuki! These passages hold naught but misery and despair. It would seem we have little choice but to employ our traditional approach. Though fraught with danger, there is one solution that promises an alternative to killing Kokobusi. If we fail, however, it will likely mean death for us all. Who is this mad mage that poses as our eldest brother? What of avoiding the threats? Of eliminating the risks? Is that not how we thaumaturgists do battle? With each passing moment, Mormo draws even closer to her full strength. Pains me to even suggest it, but we should strike now, Kokobuki, while the void scent is yet feeble. I share the selfsame sentiment, sorrowful that it may be. We must slay our enslaved sibling, and soon. It doesn't pain you so much that you stop rapping, but I appreciate that. Listen, brothers, for my solution is thus. In return of releasing Kokobusi from Mormo's thrall, I will offer the void scent the chance to glut herself on my mana. You cannot. That succubus will drain you to a lifeless husk, and such a feast will awaken her all her terrible magics. The well of my power is vast. I wager Mormo's thirst will be slaked before my spirit runs fully dry. Are the newly enlivened void scent, she will be then face the combined wrath of old and 4 guild masters of thaumaturgy. How can we hope to prevail against the paragon of preternatural potency? We have always avoided adversaries against whom we hold no advantage. The fault lies with me. Ever have I encouraged such avoidance and taught only the wisdom of certain victory. It's time we learn the courage to fight battles of unsure outcome. And it is you, old, that I ask to instruct us. There is yet one chapter left in the yawning abyss, one that is customarily hidden from newest members. Undertake the trial found within, and show my brothers what it means to be brave. How can you ask such a thing of poor old, when even his guild masters have yet to attempt the ghastly test? The arcane might you all possess is far greater than you believe. Old, once you deem yourself prepared for the lesson of the true final chapter, meet us in the hallowed hall of Thal's Respite. Whew. Black Mage job quests are hard to read. Okay, where's Thal's Respite, though? Eastern Thanalan? Oh, Grandpa, I see you continue your, Black Mage trials? Yeah. And it's going pretty well. It does look like we'll manage to make Black Mage by the end of the stream. This is not where I meant to go. Meant to go to East Thanalan, I think. I don't know where Thal's Respite is. But I imagine it's here. There. Nyom. Yo, hi Infernal Harmony, how are you doing? Welcome in. But yeah, I want to power level solo off stream, and let me know if this is a decent plan. I switched to ninja, do some wondrous trials, wondrous tales, that thing Chloe does. I fill out the card and then I turn it in as a black mage. Should be like a wad of experience, but is it more worth it than just running dungeons over and over again? Oh, so this is where you keep Thal. I regret having to drag you into our family's troubles, but I'm confident that with the many and terrible trials you've bested already, you will prevail once more. The hidden chapter of the Yawning Abyss presents a trial that challenges the accumulated knowledge and skills of a single Thaumaturge. You must employ all the tools at your disposal if you hope to seize victory this day. Let the trial commence. Okay. There's no escaping from this abyss. The void spills into our realm. Something about an inky shadow. Got more? Zorp. Get your breath while you can. The next threat is at hand. Okay. Destroy them swiftly, lest you perish in saturated silence. I mean, it's going pretty well. Give me a bunch of mana, please. One more. Once again, you defy the void. A final nightmare approaches. The void jumper, huh? The jagged gate is wretched open. The Lord of Flies cometh. He's pretty cute. One more for the road. I cannot stop shaking, but I think this may actually be excitement. Do you see now, my brothers? With the primal energies of the Thaumaturge at your command, there is no threat that which you cannot overcome. Perhaps there is a chance to save Kokobusi. I need to reconsider some of my strategies. It seems we have been wasting our potential. Would never have believed it possible for a mage to show such courage and live. What a wonder Old was. I feel my fingers itching to fling fire with a fury. Imagine my siblings. What towering enemies you might topple should you stand firm together. Thank you, Old. Your inspiring display of magecraft has set the minds of my brothers reeling with new possibilities. Let's now return to the guild and discuss what is to come. Well, all right then. Whew. I think it's time for the level 30 quest, which it's always like the best quest. That's where you meet your new teacher type Pokemon. What a formidable team you all shall make. Kokobigo, Kokobani, Kokobizi, Kokobaha, and Old. Even Mormo must wither before the onslaught of your combined Thaumaturge. But before we engage the Void Sim, perhaps there's some time is needed for my brothers to unlearn their ingrained inclinations. Meanwhile, I suggest you hurl yourself in the chasm of your studies. Your fearless Thaumaturge is a beacon to us all. Do I want glasses? Like, those boots look nice, but I think we go with the glasses. It's nice to have just some, like, generic things to add to your glamour pool, you know? Like the velveteen hose, maybe some toad skin boots. If you're going black mage, you need, like, the boots with, like, the curled over top, you know? Alright. Fortune favors us, Old. Kokobusi has been spotted at Vesper Bay. Pray return to the waking sands. I mean, we cannot let this opportunity pass us by. Head there with all due haste, and with you, take these descriptions of my brother's likenesses and Mormo's mannerisms. Relay this information to some of the local residents to see what you can find. Ah, kitty. Come on up here, cat. You want to be a part of this? You gotta meow for the microphone. A loud one. Ow. No, he's just biting. Okay, let's return to the waking sands. It's amazing how many of these tickets you have if you're only doing the main story quest. Meow, he says. Meow. Bashful Geyser. They make pills for that now. What's that, son? You say you're looking for someone? I believe I saw your Lalafell in the company of a couple adventurers hailing from Limsa Lominsa, a marauder and a Thaumaturge. Were I to hazard a guess, I think they were talking about seeing the area north of here. Cat is still biting me, but I won't feed him breakfast until the alarm goes off. Alright, come on. Where are the other dudes? Back here? This guy's vaping out back. Hello? Aha! Welcome to the Pissed Piest, love. What can I get you? Ah, information, is it? Aye, that little bloke was here and bringing a blush to all the young maidens' cheeks. What he lacked in height, he certainly made up for in boldness. Left with more than one lass on his arm, he did. Oh, damn. Were you one of them? Huh? Something I can do for you, stranger? Now that you mention it, I did see a Lalafell who matches this description. He was watching the fairies come in with more than a passing interest. Looking to hire some adventurers and some such, I reckon. So Mormo has chosen this as his new hunting ground. The maiden seduced by the succubus will be prepared as vessels to hold her fully restored power. I fear they have already been slain. As for the adventurers, well, I think you can imagine what Mormo intends for the Thaumaturge. We must find and warn those unwitting Laminsons before the Void Scent strikes again. You were told that they might be headed north yet? Yes? It would be best that you follow suit. How far north? Yeah, about halfway. Hey, I know that place. That's the first place I died. It was the guy with like I want to say a gun shield. They changed his mechanics on me and I didn't know what to expect. Still here. It's still here. Somewhere close. Mormo's missionary. Everyone get in position. Alright, you good? Methinks, lad. Ah, me head. That little bastard said he would give us all a grand tour of old it's been grand, all right. Please. He took my mate further north. He was muttering something about moon drip. Hold! What has befallen? I sense the presence of Void Scent, but it appears you had things well in hand. Yeah? Mormo is in Moondrip. Fitting place for the battle to come. It's time to finish this, my brother. Kokabusi will be a slave to that fiend no longer. I try to be a wholesome streamer, I do. But, man, all these succubis and boosies, making it real difficult. I shall approach Momo first, as we discussed. If the bargaining proceeds smoothly, then the Void Scent feasts on my proffered mana, then she should soon manifest in her demonic form. Once Mormo is fully present within this realm, that is when you unleash the seething power of the abyss. Though, after lecturing for so long on how a Thaumaturge should avoid such threats, I hold doubts as to whether such a direct conflict is the correct path. Old, in your experience, what do you consider to be a Thaumaturge's greatest strength? Fireball? Overwhelming destructive might? Yes, there are none who can match our propensity for fiery ruin. We need not run from danger, but rather employ our unrivaled powers to incinerate all that seek to do us harm. I am decided. My fate awaits me. I have faith that no matter what becomes of me, you shall succeed in destroying Mormo and ending her threat to this realm. Okay. So, here's the fireball. Oh. Enough, Mormo. Well, well, if it isn't the eldest of the cowardly Thaumaturge brothers. I thought you were too busy whimpering under your bed, wishing that I'd just disappear. I've come to offer you a deal. I know you seek etheric energy needed to substantiate your true form, but how much time do you intend to waste feeding on lesser mages? Compared to these stripling sorcerers and their trembling arcane flames, my power is a blazing sun. Would you not prefer to take what I can give you? Drain my strength and assume your rightful appearance. I'm sure you think me a coward, but it is of no consequence. I only wish Kokobushi returned to us unharmed. You are wise to acquiesce, mage. Ooh. Oh, his soul comes in boba. At last, long last, my true body, my true power is mine once more. I believe a stretching of old arcane muscles is in order. Oh, no, you don't, Voidson. We won't let you leave here alive. So you risk your lives in a valiant rescue attempt. You should not bet what you are not prepared to lose. I shall tear the aether from your very marrow. That's good advice. To take into account of these days of endless gambling ads. Your screams are my sustenance. Kokobigo the Craven. I will keep Mormo focused on me. Stay back. I shall lend Kokobigo my support. My thaumaturgy shall rend the very air. Oh, will it? Frightened? Ha! I fry fiends for fun. I need to get a little bit away from you, I think. Oh. So you're not going to distract her from me, are you? It's all coming back to me. Why don't you come a little closer? I feel like I actually need to pay a little bit of attention to this one. What in the God's name was that? Intimacy. She weaves our threats into spells. My spells were silenced, but we must muster our magics. She seeks to perplex and confound us. I mean, I think we're doing fine here. Keep calm now. Resilient little nuisances. The stones will drink of your blood. She conjures minions from the void. Maybe a little sleep. Do I just focus fire her? Or am I gonna have to kill all the Void Warriors? No! For centuries, I dreamed of escape. I will not be denied! Denied the heck out of her. Uh-oh. Nope. We good? Yeehaw! We won? We won! Victory is ours! Kokabusi Kokabuki! Mormo is dead! Ah, I knew his eyes weren't like that red. They were pretty red, though. What? Where am I? Thank Thal you're awake, Kokabuki. Kokabusi has returned to us. Our sibling is yet to serve from his somnolent stupor. Buki? His etheric channels have contracted. They are barely sufficient to sustain the flow of his life force. We do not increase his capacity for aether soon. His vitality will drain completely. My mana amplifying potion. Its potency is limited, but it just might be enough. I see the battle ended, as I expected. You did it, Kokabusi. Your alchemy saved him. And we would not have prevailed without you, old. We will bear our brother back to the ossuary. Pray meet us there, and we might properly express our gratitude. Yeah, I gotta say, I didn't expect everybody to come out of that alive. Although I, just got here back from like one of the darker timelines. I mean, so many main characters died in Stormblood. A lot of them came back, though. I feel like in A Realm Reborn, they really tried not to kill anybody. What's this party about? Hammond the Heckler. Hello. I was kind of expecting to get a job stone after that. So I guess we probably have one more quest to go before we can do it. I'll be late getting the kids to school, but I gotta do it. Maybe it won't be so long. Thank you, old. After seeking the refuge in the comforting shadows of the abyss for so long, I had lost sight of the blazing glory of which thaumaturgy is capable. The raw power and audacity of your magecraft has freed my brothers and me from our self-imposed cowardice. I thought Thal himself had his fingers at my throat, but the sensation of hard-won supremacy is strangely satisfying. As for you, Kokobusi, you are our brother and our respected colleague. I hope you never again underestimate the precious powers you wield. Old, you have exceeded all my expectations. In recognition of your outstanding growth as a Thaumaturge, I shall impart to you one of the guild's most closely guarded techniques. Mana Ward. It is a defensive weaving of energies that blunts the force of any attack made against you. I'm sure you can understand why we do not teach this secret to every stray hedge wizard who chooses to join our ranks. Now that you have experienced the deadliest threats and the joy that comes with obliteration, I'm certain you are eager to explore just how deep you might descend into the chasm of thaumaturgy. May your struggles bring wisdom, and your wisdom bring courage. I, for one, look forward to hearing of your future thaumaturgical endeavors. Okay. Ants. Alright. We gotta do one more, right? Do you have the next one? Taking the Black. Old, I've been waiting for you. In a way. Please, let me explain. Do you know of the Marasaja pit? It is a prison here in Ul'dah. In prison, a man will do most anything to keep his mind occupied. Of late, one inmate claims he can hear the voice of Nald Thal. No doubt he has lost his mind after serving 100 years of a life sentence. But he knew you by name, Old. Maybe I knew him before he got sentenced. And maintains the traitors demand you win the gem of Shatoto and exchange it for his release. A farce, no doubt. I make it for nothing more than the maniacal ravings of a cell-crazed, sweaty-toothed madman. But I fear the only way, to be sure, is to free him from the pit. Do you say sweaty-toothed? The prisoner's name is Kukuruka Tataruka. Kukuruka Tataruka. That's gonna take some practice. And as if his story were not proof enough of his lunacy, he also styles himself a black mage. But such magic was lost to Eorzea centuries ago. Who does this senile charlatan think you will fool with such rubbish? Nevertheless, he has invoked the name of Nald Thal, and so the Order feels it unwise to ignore his words. Though I'm still no believer, you have come as he said you would. So let us get to the bottom of this, shall we? It may be you are an agent of fate, or perhaps you are merely a crooked old man's accomplice. In either case, I ask you to travel to Highbridge in Eastern Thanalan, seek out the Plane Fissure, a rift between this world and the next. Kill whatever beast might work there, and water the earth with their blood. According to our jailed mummer, doing so will give rise to the gem of Shatoto. The gem is no more than a pretty stone, oft mentioned in bedtime stories and tales of fairies. We shall see if it truly exists. I shall await your findings here. Return to me when the deed is done. Hi, kitty. It is not breakfast time. That is 3 minutes from now. Where is that? Is it Eastern Thanlin? Probably Southern Thanlin, I bet. Ah, this cat's so happy. He's blepping. You know what blepping is, right? That's when a cat just like sticks his tongue out. They do it when they're happy. It's the coolest thing. I've never had a cat that blepped before. And this one does it all the time. And I feel like his tongue gets longer every single time. He looks so goofy. Oh, that is a fissure. Wait. Were my damage over the time spells working while they were asleep? That's an interesting development. Because if dots work while they're asleep, here, let me just put this blood in this hole. Boop. Thaumaturge, hear me. What up? Put your weapon, friend. Put up your weapon, friend. Kazaka means you no harm. Alright. You're the one whom the Kukuruka's prophecy speaks. By your hand was the blood of these creatures spilt upon the earthen vein, was it not? Yeah, that was me. And you have earned this gem of Shatoro. Take it. You will know what to do with it when the time comes. With this, my part is done. Farewell for now. Neat. And then back home. That was a lot quicker than I expected it to be. Well, you certainly smell as though you've been spilling blood. But it will take more than a waft of foulness to convince me you are an agent of the divine will. Take it yours was an eventful journey? Yeah. Is exactly as described in the tales. Could it truly be the gem of Shatoro? 'Twill be good. I can feel the magic pulsing within it. The tales tell that only souls blessed by the grace of Nalthal are entrusted with keeping this gem. This is beyond mere coincidence. Must investigate further. You must assist me, old. This now involves you as much as any other. You still, I cannot shake my inner skeptic. If Kukuruka somehow made contact with the outside world, then he may be manipulating adventurers such as yourself to for ends yet unknown to us. I will call an emergency council of the order. Please wait here. Okay. That will not be necessary. Kukuruka, what are you doing here? Have you escaped the pit? Watch your tongue, you insolent fool. Master Will has passed a century in meditation communing with Nald Thal. You will address him with a proper respect. The jailers of Marasaja Pit are very different from the heretics of your order. Suffice it to say, they had wisdom enough to listen. Must I remind you again? The will I speak is that of Nald Thal himself. The true criminal is he who ignores the words of a god. Beware, Kukuruka. The 12th seldom spare those who claim their voice. This mummer's farce will bring disaster to us all. The cause of the disaster to come will be no words of mine, that to be sure. Nald Thal spoke unto me. By his own declaration, the seal on the Void Gate will be broken. Once thrown open, it will be closed once more by none but he who bears the gem of Shatoto. Who, me? I speak of you, old Sugarheart. The gem you hold is the mark of a mage of the black. With it in hand, you must now set forth to gather the keys needed to seal the Void Gate. All right, then. Wait, you can't... I mean, you don't have the right to... I can't just let this happen. Silence, you hollow-pated prig. Those who do not listen shall not be heard. You take for yourself the title of Thaumaturge, and so I will not suffer you to claim ignorance. You know as well as any of the existence of a netherworld rife with shadow and monstrosity, the Void. As the power of the Void waxes, the barrier between it and our world wanes. Eventually the barrier will falter and the Void Gate will open. Once it has, only the black magic of Eld can reseal it. This is sacrilege. As one who now commands the forces of destruction, I bid you go forth, Black Mage. The gem of Shatoto is our sigil, the mark of Magi devoted to true dark art. In it, you already possess the first key required to see the Void Gate sealed. You have taken the black, but time is needed before the black takes you. Before it permeates mind and body and colors every fiber of your being dark as pitch. Visit Milvaneth Sacrarium and hear the words of Lalai. Grr. Harumph. Do not fear the power to destroy, Master. Master it, and with it destroy that which would destroy you. Set everything on fire. Got it. I'm reporting to what? The Sacrarium? Which is here. Lovely place. Master is meditating in his chambers. Bernalthal always speaks, and Master must listen. He has entrusted me with guiding you on your path, but you must walk alone yet. Come back when the black has grown stronger within you. Okay. Hello, old man Sugarheart. Hey, silent sleeper, how are you doing? Ah, it's been a while. I hope your adventures have been kind. How have I been? I've been good. The next Black Mage quest will be available from Lalai upon reaching level 35. I have reached level 35. But I am not a Black Mage yet. Hang on. Soul Crystal? Doink. Let's see. By changing your job as Black Mage, you may carry over the hotbar and crossbar settings of the Thaumaturge. Yes. Okay. Now put on all the best gear. Yeah. Ah! Good morning, daughter. Come over to knock over my drinks, have you? I need you to go get paper towels, dear. Thank you. Ah, you're good. It has. You've gotten to pickleball, and it killed your morning schedule. Well, that's good. I've been exercising and trying to reduce screen time with the kids. So we've been reading and playing basketball, doing all the... I need more paper towels than this, dear. Everything's on fire here. I gotta go get these kids ready for school and clean up this spill on my keyboard. Whew. It is good to see you again, but man, I do gotta get going. Stick around, everybody. I'll find somebody to raid. And I hope to see more of you, Silent Sleeper. Silent Sleeper is one of my oldest and dearest fans. I'm a big fan of her too. Yeah. Well, we're buddies. We're internet buddies. We've never met. Yeah. Okay, who is playing games? Nobody. Yeah. I'm gonna raid this guy playing Bitcraft Online because it recently had an update. Hang on, do I have any viewers? I've got a few. Bitcraft Online recently did a wipe, and they're getting, and so everyone can start their empires all over again. It might be fun to watch. Hi, little one. Have a great day. You want to say have a great day to Silent Sleeper?
Bye-bye and have a great day.
Bye-bye, everybody.